Listen closely, because the story you're about to hear proves that sometimes the most powerful person in the kingdom isn't the one wearing the crown. It all begins in a narrow alley under the rain, where a young woman named Esther walks beside her cousin Mordecai. He tells her, "Keep your hood up. Someone's following us, and he's right. Danger is already breathing down their necks, and Esther doesn't even know why she was chosen to enter the palace that night. But fate is already moving." Inside the palace courtyard, guards check names. Esther steps forward, terrified, but determined. And when the king sees her, something shifts. He sees calm where others show fear. He sees strength where others pretend. And with one gesture, she becomes queen. But listen, sometimes being chosen puts you in the center of a storm you never asked for. Not long after her crowning, Mordecai discovers a decree. Every Jew in the empire is marked for death, a plan crafted by the king's advisor, Haman. The moment Esther reads Mordecai's message, her hands shake. She knows that approaching the king without invitation means death. But Esther makes a decision most of us fear to make. She fasts, she prays, and she prepares to risk everything. 3 days, no food, no water, only courage growing where fear used to live. And when dawn comes, she stands. She steps into the corridor. The guards warn her, "He didn't call for you." But she answers, "So could doing nothing." And then the throne room falls silent. The king rises in anger, but the moment he sees her, the fury melts. He extends the golden scepter, her life is spared, and she invites him and Haman to dinner. But Esther is not rushing. She is building a moment Haman will never escape. At the banquet, she delays her request again. Haman leaves, suspicious, paranoid, shaken. He plots Mordecai's death, ordering gallows built high enough to be seen across the city. But the king can't sleep. A record is read to him, a story of how Mordecai once saved his life and was never rewarded. At dawn, fate flips. Haman walks in expecting approval for Mordecai's execution. Instead, he is forced to honor him publicly. The prideful man must lead the very enemy he hates through the streets on the king's horse. Humiliation breaks him. But the story isn't over. That night, at the second banquet, the king finally asks Esther to speak plainly. And she does. With a steady voice, she says, "My life and the life of my people are under threat." The king asks, "By who?" She turns slowly, looks Haman in the eye, and says, "By the man beside you." The room cracks open with fury. Haman begs, the king commands, and the gallows Haman built for Mordecai becomes the one used for him. Justice is swift. The decree is reversed. The people are saved, because one woman refused to hide. And on a quiet balcony at dawn, Mordecai says, "Everything changed because you acted." Esther answers, "Everything changed because I stopped hiding." And that, right there, is the heart of this story. Courage isn't loud, it isn't easy, and it isn't comfortable. But it is powerful enough to save a nation. So here's the question. This story is asking you, what if you were placed exactly where you are for such a time as this? Stay tuned, because Esther's kind of courage isn't ancient history. It lives in ordinary people who choose to stand up when silence feels safer. And one day, that person might be you.